Welcome back, everybody, to the Soup Bowl. I'm your host, Renee Murdoch. I'm so happy that you are with us, that you are liking, that you are sharing, that you are subscribing. I am so happy that we are going on this life journey together. Why? Because we were never meant to do life alone. And I am so glad that I'm going on it with you as well, that you're inviting me into your space. We do know that when we get in the Soup Bowl, life gets messy. And in that messiness, we can always clean it up. We can talk about it. We can learn, right? We can grow from it. And that's what we want to do. So today I want to get into something that I believe that it's the timing. It is the time to make a decision. This is the moment. This is the day. This is the year for you to do it. At some point, the excuses expire, right? Today, we are going to get real, right? We are going to, as they say, have no chaser on this conversation. So it's not about the hype. It's not about the inspiration. It's not even about the information that we've been talking about over the last couple of months. But today is about making a decision. Because at some point, it runs out. Some point, we got to say, hey, no more excuses. Time out for this. Every person in life gets to a point where the conversation that they have with themselves shifts. It stops being about what happened to you, and it stops being about who didn't support you, and it starts being about timing, resources, about doubt and comparison and fear. These are honest conversations that we have to have with ourselves. And the people that have went to and address themselves and have these self-talks that I like to call them, have had these conversations in one way or another. And it comes down to this very thing. Are you going to make a decision? Are you going to do it? You're either going to do it or you're not going to do it. It's just that simple. It's simple as tying your shoe when you were like 3, 4, 5, whenever you learned to tie your shoe, right? You're either going to make it for yourself and stop allowing circumstances to do it for you. Because not moving is making a decision. And I'm telling you, a decision is going to be made, whether you want to do it or not. You can't pray around what needs to be done. You can't fast it, away, because discipline, again, is needed for this. You can't even manifest it. Oh, I'm sitting there, I'm meditating, I'm going to manifest it, you can't even do that. It's about you. It's about making this decision. It's about us as individuals, right? We love the language of elevation. I'm going to level up. We love, these vision boards and going to these parties, and we love all of these things. Like, we buy these new journals and these new books, and we love to write in them, and we might even highlight them, and we might even put our little quotes on social media. But really, the excitement in all of this, is it sustaining, right, a decision that you need to make? Because real change begins with one honest decision, not how we're feeling in that moment. Emotion says, I feel ready. But the decision says, I'm doing it whether I'm ready or not. Because I know how that feels. I'm not ready. I used to tell people, I'm not ready yet. I got more to learn. I got more to learn. No, I was hiding. So I had to make a decision to move out from the hiding place. Move out from among the baggage. This is so interesting to me. When Samuel went to go find Saul, right? Because God told him, hey, this is where he's at. And he had already had a conversation with dude. Like, he literally had a conversation with him and said, you are going to be the first king of Israel. They had a conversation about it. And then when Samuel comes down from the mountain, they all up, in an assembly or whatever, and he's looking for him. Where was Saul? Why wasn't he in the front among the crowd until Samuel called him out? No, they had to go looking for him. And he was in the baggage. He was in the back. For real, dude, like we just had this conversation. And you're hiding? Okay. But anyway, so he was not ready. He was feeling that he was not ready. But God was saying, no, you're the one. You're ready. Come on, let's go. And so I'm saying today, you may not feel like you're ready, but there's something pushing you to say that you're ready. Because if you're listening to this conversation, then it's pushing you to say that you're not feeling ready, but you're going to keep going because you need to make a decision and you're making the decision to move. So how many times have you felt motivated and you didn't move? How many days have you said, this week I'm going to start it. This week I'm going to do it. And it didn't happen. And how many nights have you promised yourself that I'm going to start this thing? Like after this happens, I'm going to start it. And then like a whole year, and now you're like 5 years in this thing, and you're like, I have not completed this. And so when are you going to stop negotiating with yourself and with your assignment? The decision moment is when negotiation stops. It's when you stop asking, do I feel like it? And you start asking, does this align with my purpose? Does this align with me becoming who I am supposed to be? Does this align with my assignment? Does this align with my goals? That's the question that we need to start asking ourselves. If you want what you never had, you must become who you've never been. And becoming is not a mood, but it's a pattern. Let me say it this way. You either get up when the alarm wakes up and stop hitting the snooze button. You either have the hard conversation with yourself, your boss, your husband, your spouse, or you don't do it and keep complaining about it and nothing changed. You either submit your application or you don't. Don't complain about it when somebody else get it when you didn't even put your name in the hat. You're either going to save money when you know that you need to save money to get to where you want to go. Or you can keep spending it and then stay in the same place that you are. You're either going to walk away from people that are draining you, draining all your resources, draining all of your mental capacity, or you're not. So there's no in between. There's only action or avoidance. There's no gray areas. It's like, it really irritates me, like when people live in the gray area. Like it's like black or white. You're either going to do it or you're not going to do it. So growth is challenging and hard, but staying where you are will cost you everything. And that's the part that we don't want to talk about enough. The cost of staying. Like when I was in ministry and I was dancing and things, and I used to always present to people, count up the cost. If you're going to serve here, count up the cost. If I'm going to move somewhere, I'm counting up the cost. If I'm going to make this move in my career, I'm counting up the cost. So are you going to count up the cost on today? Because pain is there, it's guaranteed, but your progress is optional, right? Either way, you're going to get uncomfortable. Either way, there's going to be discomfort. You just get to choose which discomfort you want to do. So being discomfort, right, or being disciplined, right? Being disciplined or being discomfort. Because being discomfort, you're going to get some growth there, right? Comfort will always cost you. It's going to say later, it's not that serious. Maybe it is that serious. Maybe I need to do something else, right, to get something else, right? It's going to say, I deserve a break. Well, I mean, you might deserve a break, but don't break too long, because when you break too long, right, the momentum stops, right? You now have created a new habit. So get back in the game. So how much longer are you going to wait for a version of you that only shows up when it's convenient? This is your life and not anyone else's. Not your family expectations and not your social media highlights. It's not. So if you're going to do this thing, you need to make that decision on today. We're going to talk about this a little bit more because we're out of time. We're going to wrap this up, but I really want you to understand how important it is for you to make a decision. How important it is, right? I want you to hit me up at www.4mosaic.com. I'm here for you. We're here to work with you. And until next time, we love you. There's nothing that you can do about it. Peace.